They're coming up to their bowl games. I know you got the Navy-Army game. That's next week, but this week you got a lot of championship games. Really, a lot of games that are going to really decide who can really get along or get into the playoffs, who can get into the playoffs, obviously, and also get, and I guess you could say, a better spot for a bowl, because obviously you got a lot of teams who definitely underperform. You got a lot of teams that definitely haven't really been performing. I mean, I think we only have like 3 undefeated teams. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I know Bama just lost last week, and honestly, I can't even lie. Bama was honestly, they were probably my favorite to win in the what's called national championship. But after their loss to Auburn, yeah, I don't really know. But folks, okay, so long story short, guys, I know we got NFL predictions today. I know you got NCAA predictions. I know we got a lot going on. But I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I'm actually going to start off with something that I haven't really started off with, I guess you could say. And it's actually something that's quite basic. And it's the fact of the matter of, okay, this is nothing against anybody. This is nothing. I get it. Everybody has an opinion. I get it. All right. Hey, and that's great. That truly is. But unless you actually have an idea for the sport, unless you have an idea as to what to expect from like anything like that, you know what I'm saying? And you should not comment, or more or less, you should not say something absolutely stupid. And folks, if you don't know who I'm talking about, oh, let's be real. It's Donald Trump, folks. All right, it's the 500-pound elephant in the room, pun intended. And it's ridiculous with him. All right, over the past couple days, or past couple weeks, I should say, starting on like I think it was November 19th. Yeah, November 19th, or November 20th, whichever one of those as it was. Trump pretty much, he tweeted out, and I might have brought this up. Marshawn Lynch of the NFL's Oakland Raiders stands for the Mexican national anthem, and sits down to booze for our national anthem. Great disrespect. Next time NFL should suspend him for the remainder of the season. Attendance and ratings way down. Now, I did a little bit of a rant on that on Facebook. Look, I will admit that. I did a little bit of a rant, and it kind of, it blew over just a little bit, and I'm going to get to a lot of these in a little bit, but then he turns around and he said, and he tweets out, the NFL is now thinking about a new idea, keeping teams in the locker room during the national anthem next season. That's almost as bad as kneeling. When will the highly paid commissioner finally get tough and smart? Or these issues are killing your league. Like, and then he tweets out at least 24 players kneeling in this weekend at NFL stadiums, that are now having a very hard time filling up. The American public, the American public is fed up with the disrespect the NFL is paying to our country, our flag, and our national anthem, weak and out of control. Now I'm gonna make this. I'm actually gonna make this really simple, folks. Folks, I truly am. I'm going to make this simple as possible. Oh, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to make this as simple as possible. Oh, because I truly believe that this can all really be resolved if everybody honestly just minds their own business. And folks, let's be realistic. This has never really been an issue, and it truly hasn't. And now, the reason I say it hasn't been an issue is because it really is something that we don't necessarily need to bring up, no matter what it is. And it's ridiculous that we're even considering bringing this up. I mean, I personally think that if we're bringing this stuff up and we're not paying attention to the real issue in football, like, folks, let's be realistic. The one thing that I've always realized with football is that it's not about, the pregame. It's not about anything like that, all right? Now, I'm not trying to, say that I agree with everything that they're doing. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the fact that You have thousands and thousands of people in the stands, whether it's the Super Bowl, whether it's a regular season game, and you don't see us panning the fans with every single camera, or with a camera everywhere. We don't have a GoPro on every single seat to monitor whether a fan is sitting, whether a fan is who knows, all right? Let's be realistic. If you want to sit there and you want to honestly tell me that everybody stands for the national anthem, no matter what. All right? Honestly, for me right now, bringing up this issue, it's an absolute joke for Trump. It truly is. It really is a joke. Because it really is something that can easily be ignored. Or it's something that really shouldn't be brought up. And it's something that, again, he's over-exaggerating in a sense. The reason, and why is he over-exaggerating it, in my opinion? It's plain and simple the reason why he's over-exaggerating. He pretty much, he wants the attention. He pretty much wants to say, hey, I have this, and this is my opinion, folks. He's saying, I have millions and millions and millions of dollars, and my opinion matters more than the NFL commissioners. Folks, that is an absolute slap in the face to pretty much the NFL commissioner. That's just a slap in the face in general. Okay, I'm going to say it like this. I don't think anybody, and I mean anybody, now, I get it. Again, everybody has their opinion. I get that. But not everybody knows about the sport. Not everybody knows what they're talking about. What do I mean by that? It's quite simple, folks. Okay? If Trump knew what he was talking about. Alright? I get it. It's a form of respect. Alright? Believe me. I have nothing against this country. I have nothing against anything. I love being a member of the United States. Alright? I truly do. With the men and who fight for our country, I tip my hats to them. I tell my brother every day. He's a Marine. Well, again, he's not necessarily my brother, folks. If you know the story, I've been friends with one of my buddies for about, 15 years. And I tell him every day, yo, thank you for doing what you do, man. And I love you, get home safe. But it's not really an issue. But like I said, hey, putting the spotlight on these players just because they don't, do what you want them to do, just because they don't have just because they're standing, or just because they're sitting, just because they're kneeling, whichever it may be, folks, it really doesn't matter. Or because a lot of people in the stands, like I said, and they sit for the national anthem, they stand for the national anthem. Heck, some of them that are in the toilet, they miss the national anthem. If you're on the toilet and the national anthem plays, you're not going to stand up. Now, I get it, that's kind of a gross example, but, folks, let's be real. It's a realistic example. And here's one for you. People at home, every day, hey, the pregame is announced, and I'm pretty sure most likely they play the national anthem on there. And folks, my question to you is this. When the national anthem plays, do you stand up? And that truly is a real question for me right now, because honestly, I can't tell you how many times we've had the national anthem played during the Super Bowl. And, there's either somebody on their phone or even at home, like I said, nobody stands up. So, if you're going to rip on players, why not rip on, everybody else who isn't standing when the national anthem's playing and they hear it? It's that simple. Folks, all right? I honestly, in my opinion, I don't think Trump should really, I get it. He has his opinion. I get it. But the league is not soft. Believe me. If it's one thing this league is not, that the NFL or any sport for that matter is, it's soft. No sport is soft. And what I mean by that is the fact that how many people can turn around and say that they will turn around, put on a helmet, and get hit by someone such as J.J. Watt, or someone such as Cam Chancellor, or even such as Bobby Wagner, or Tyrann Mathieu. You look at some of these hard-hitting safeties, middle linebackers, everything like that. You want to turn around and tell me that you're going to step in front of someone, even a tight end, and such as Gronk. You're going to turn around and tell me that, you're going to stand in front of Gronk, going to attempt to tackle that man? That dude is a tank. Let's be realistic, folks. I don't really think that, people really think about what they say before they do. And a lot of these people, they turn around, they agree with Trump. And that's the scary thing. And again, people turn around and they forget about the real issue at hand. And pretty much, they completely forget about sport because because a lot of people, they are so supportive of Trump. It's ridiculous. Folks, I'm going to be realistic for 1 second. All right. And again, this is my opinion. And I mean, people are going to get mad at me for this, but I mean, I got a real question to ask y'all. Do we all really think that Trump got elected because he was the most popular candidate? Do we really think that? Now, obviously, yes, he did win everything. He did win the election. But let's be realistic, folks. Folks, when it came down to the final two, look at your options. It was either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. A lot of people voted for Trump because, the fact of the matter, he's a celebrity. And then the people who are actually behind him, actually supporting stuff, like when he says, oh, we're going to build a great wall or whatever. Like, come on. Like, people are really getting behind this stuff, and it's actually, to be honest, as of late, it's actually become really hilarious, because honestly, a lot of people turn around and, like I said, they agree with him, and it's a case of, like, we seem to forget. And about the attendance thing, that's something I want to bring up. The attendance thing has absolutely nothing, the ratings and the attendance have absolutely nothing to do with whether a player or whoever sits during a national anthem. That has nothing to do with it. Believe me. I've watched God knows how many football games, God knows how many baseball games, handful of hockey games, handful of virtually any sport. You name it, I've watched it. I've even watched a golf matchup. I even watched tennis. Alright? And let's be real. Oh, people don't turn around and they don't go to an event because, this player's stat, let's go. Very beginning of the game. A lot of people, they spend thousands of dollars on tickets. I mean, Super Bowl comes around. I mean, last year, I looked up how much a ticket was just to go for the Super Bowl. Cheap seat, $3,000. $3,000. And you want to tell me that somebody buys a ticket for $3,000 and then pretty much hears, oh, this guy sat on the bench and it's during the national anthem? Let's go. Oh, yeah, if somebody did that, they're really wasting $3,000. And nobody, believe me, nobody has the money to waste $3 million. Like, if I... or not $3 million, $3,000. Like, if somebody can waste $3,000, that's saying something. And still have money. And not have financial debt after. But that's beside the point. Right, so, I mean, and really, the main reason a lot of attendance goes down is most likely because of, what's it called, performance of the team. Because if you think about it, you have a lot of fans. Like, I know for Cleveland, you got the Dog Pound. Raiders, you got the Black Hole. Jets, you got Fireman Sam. You got a bunch of them. And I can't remember who the other super fan is for the Jets. I really can't. And that's going to bug me throughout the rest of the day. I'll probably look it up and I'll get back to you on that. But still, Jets, you got that going for you. I mean, and truly, it's something that we really need to believe. So, honestly, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really do think that that the reason attendance and stuff goes down for a team is simply because of the fact that, let's be real, it's how a team performs. Like, are you going to really, I mean, turn around, look at the Eagles this season. Last year, not necessarily the best season, and weren't really in contention, and weren't really, filling up the stands. This year, you go to an Eagles game, and Eagles are 10-1 right now. Eagles are 10-1 right now. They are fighting for the division, probably should clinch a playoff spot, and right now they face the Seahawks. You're not going to turn around and tell me that those two teams are going to sell out on Sunday for a Sunday night game, or even the Steelers and the Bengals. Bengals aren't necessarily doing good, but that's an amazing rivalry between the Steelers and the Bengals. Trust me, I love watching that rivalry because it's two hard-hitting teams, both on offense and defense, going at it. But, I mean, you look at someone look at the 49ers. Look at the 49ers. I watched the Giants-49ers game. Both teams down on their luck. Both of them, Giants were about 1-8 at that point. 49ers were like 0-9. And what happens? The 49ers turn around And I saw it. They don't even have a full stadium. I mean, you could literally pick out rows, you pick out sections, and that were empty because of the performance of the teams. So, Trump, do me a favor, do not, never again say that because somebody's sitting for the national anthem, that's because of the fact that, let's be real. Oh, do not say that pretty much because somebody's sitting for the national anthem, that's why the attendance is going down for a game. That's not why, alright? People wait, alright? Believe me, you look at a regular NFL ticket, I believe, average NFL price, depends on the team, because honestly, I looked at a couple of tickets last year for the Jets, and some of them were actually going dirt cheap. So, honestly, it's going to be interesting to see how can I put it? It's going to be interesting to see how ticket prices really matter, and honestly, again, how the performance of a team goes. Because, I mean, if you get a good deal on a ticket, I mean, last year, you're right behind that end zone, I think it was section 2, I forget where, like 213, something like that. I think it was like $30 for a Jets game. Hey, man, the Jets were actually pretty good last year. Well, you know, team-wise, they were good. Record-wise, that's something else, folks. Alright, so I'm going to turn it over to one song real quick because I do have everything set up, but I just want to take like a quick breath real quick. So I'm going to turn it over to, I'll even tell you the song. I'm going to turn it over to 21 Pilots Heathens. And going to play that song real quick. Going to come back with some NFL predictions and even and probably even some NCAA predictions. So, guys, keep it locked right here. And I will talk to you guys in about, let's say 3 minutes and 30 seconds. All right? Cool deal. Had to lower that. My bad. Oh, I had to start off with that, and the reason I had to start off, and a lot of people are going to turn around and they're going to tell me that you didn't have to start off with that. I kind of did. Because it's kind of ridiculous. And YouTube, I meant to get you that rant, but I never got a chance to. So, I got to remind myself to get you that rant, and I got to fix this mic real quick. Oh, man. There we go. Yeah, that was kind of scary. It is. So real quick, because I know, Shane, I know you're watching, buddy. Shane, I know you're watching, buddy, and I know you're a fan of Alabama. So, how about Bama, man? How about how Bama's been performing? Or Bama's done really good. I'm surprised they dropped them to 8. Or I'm surprised they dropped them to 5. Because honestly, it's actually really sad that they bumped them down to 5 after they lost to a number 6 seeded team. I mean, it's not like they lost to, it's not like they lost to Syracuse. I don't know. It was the first team that I could think of, guys. All right, don't rep me if you're a Syracuse fan. Or hang on, I got a better one. It's not like they lost to who's a bad team in the NCAA. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be picking on y'all. How's Notre Dame? No, I wouldn't say Notre Dame. It's not like they lost to Tulsa. There you go. It's not like they lost to Tulsa or anything. I mean, they lost to a good team. Alright, guys, so how's everybody's day been? How's everybody's Thanksgiving? Let me ask you that. I actually had a good one. Had a good Thanksgiving. Good Thanksgiving. Here, let me put it to you this way. My Thanksgiving was fantastic because, guys, if you don't know, I'm Italian. So that means my mother's Italian. So pretty much, in other words, my dinner table was stacked. Or the dessert table, my bad. 42 seconds! Come on! Come on, you're old! You're friggin' old, you can do it! No, I don't know. It's you at... Fuck. It's USC versus Stanford? Really? That's who won? That's who's in it for the Pac-12? Oh, man. I might start off NCAA. You know what? Yeah, let's start off with college football. Then we'll go to NFL, and then we'll see what happens. See what happens from there. Wkcv, the voice of Keystone College, is back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is back. And guys, welcome back to Sports Talks here on Wkcv. And guys, I really am happy today. I truly am. Like I said, yes, that Donald Trump stuff, that really did get to me. It did upset me a little bit. And honestly, it's okay. It's okay, because honestly, he may be the president of the United States, but he is not the president, in my opinion. And so, honestly, I'm going to be realistic with y'all. I'm going to be realistic with you guys. I really do think that Trump needs to, honestly, sometimes think before he speaks. But, honestly, that's me. That's just me. He's speaking. So, honestly, let's go ahead. Let's get started, guys. I'm actually going to go ahead. Let's start off with some predictions, guys. I've been dying for these predictions. And honestly, one thing I haven't done all year, I have not done NCAA predictions in a minute. So let's go ahead. Let's start off with the NCAA predictions. We're gonna do NCAA predictions because, or a couple of NCAA predictions. And the main reason is because honestly, there's like not that many games. So really, we can just blaze right through these and then go right to NFL. So let's go ahead. Let's start off, guys. We're gonna go ahead start off on the Friday night matchup. It's gonna be the Pac-12 game. It's going to be in Levi's Stadium, so definitely going to be a lot of people in attendance, especially from both schools. It's going to be number 12 Stanford against number 10 USC, and honestly, guys, I really think that it's definitely going to have a lot of fun, or it's definitely going to have a lot of impact for USC. Right now, they have USC as the favorite, but Stanford always gives USC a good run, and honestly, it's always a good matchup between those two, so I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm going to say it's going to be closer than the experts think. I'm not going to say it's going to be a 3.5-point game, but I definitely do think it's going to be very close. Do not be surprised if this does go into overtime. So I'm going to go ahead. I am going to say USC gets it done. And one of the main reasons is because, honestly, I believe that USC is a little bit more closer to San Francisco. USC is pretty much in L.A. And honestly, I think Sam Darnold, I hope I said that, at over 3,000, nearing 3,500 passing yards, 24 touchdowns on the year. Honestly, I really do believe that USC and Sam Darnold, I think they're going to have a good game. And then you got Bryce Love of Stanford. I think that running game definitely is also going to pick up as well. So, definitely got that going for you. So, then you got number 2. Then we're going to go ahead. We'll move over to Saturday. And guys, let's go ahead and let's start off with honestly Memphis against USC. And right now, it's actually a good one. It's 10-1 on number 20 Memphis against an 11-0 UCF squad. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, Memphis has every advantage. They got Riley Ferguson at dead on 3,500 yards passing, with 32 touchdowns. They got the rush advantage with Darrell Henderson and an Anthony Miller at the receiving spot. But honestly, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna say that I'm gonna say UCF gets it done. They've been undefeated all year. Honestly, I think UCF, they definitely want to make a big impact this year here in terms of pretty much the standings, because honestly, I'm not going to say that they could get into the national championship game. They definitely might get snubbed out of it. I will say that because they are, in fact, an athletic conference team, and usually, an American athletic, and the AAC, they usually don't get a lot of love, and that, honestly, that's a little bit of a heads down for me. But honestly, I think UCF, they're definitely going to turn a lot of heads as this weekend. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say that UCF gets it done. Then you got Akron against Toledo. And honestly, there really hasn't been a season, because I have been picking games offline. I have been picking games like off camera and stuff. And honestly, I've been doing really well with Toledo. And honestly, I think Toledo's just one team that you really, when it comes to the MAC conference, it's whenever they're going up against a MAC opponent, you can't necessarily count Toledo. I honestly think that Toledo should probably potentially, look to get out of the MAC conference, because I honestly think that they are a lot better than, that MAC conference. I definitely think that they can do a lot more damage if they are in a different conference. And, I mean, just looking at a couple of them, I wouldn't mind seeing them in the American Conference. I wouldn't mind seeing them in the ACC Conference. I really do think that they could definitely go toe-to-toe with some of the teams that are around there. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to go with Toledo in this one. And I'm going to say a 14-point victory, only because I think that Akron, they're definitely going to play a lot harder because it is a, championship game. So I'll get that going for them. Then you got North Texas against Florida Atlantic in the Conference USA matchup. And honestly, they got Florida Atlantic going up 11.5. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it to Florida Atlantic. I really think that they can have a huge impact. I really do. And it's definitely going to be big to see what happens with Florida Atlantic. It can honestly, I think, 8-0 right now against, Conference USA opponents. And honestly, North Texas, not necessarily the first team that you would think of to honestly stop them, although Mason Fine is definitely doing good this year. I just think Florida Atlantic's going to be a little bit too much for them. Then you got UMass against Florida International, and honestly, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say UMass gets it done. I'm going to say UMass in the upset. I think Andrew Ford, he gets it done. And honestly, I think that UMass can definitely handle Florida International. I think they can definitely, provide a little bit of a spark. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say UMass gets it done. Then you got Louisiana Monroe against Florida State. And honestly, a little bit of struggles this year for Florida State. But honestly, they can use this game against Louisiana Monroe. Unsure if they are going to make a bowl game. But honestly, they need this game big if they want to make a bowl game. And honestly, I am going to say that Florida State gets it done. Then you got ECU taking on Oklahoma in the Big 12 game. And honestly, I wouldn't be lying if I didn't think that Baker Mayfield was honestly going to be the Heisman Trophy candidate or Heisman Trophy winner this year. So honestly, I think if Oklahoma can go ahead, they can get this done. I think if Baker Mayfield has a huge game, I think that he definitely locks himself up for the Big 12 championship. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say that Oklahoma gets it done. Then you got Georgia Southern taking on Coastal Carolina in sort of a wash-up matchup. But honestly, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say that Coastal Carolina gets it done. Honestly, I think Tyler Key... Actually, switch that. I'm actually going to go Georgia Southern. I think Wesley Fields has I think he has a good game. Then you got Louisiana against Appalachian State. Honestly, folks, enough said. Taylor Lamb, he's had a great season so far. 181 out of 299. 2,364 passing yards. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say Appalachian State gets it done. SES championship game. And honestly, if Alabama was in this one, I honestly think whoever won the Alabama game last week, I think that's who was going to win this game. And it's definitely going to be interesting to see. Georgia against Auburn. And Georgia knows what it's like to be the number 2 team. So does Auburn. But the thing is, I'm honestly going to turn around and I'm going to say that Auburn gets it done. The reason I say that is because if you look at it, if you look at the two, who I'm almost positive that Georgia lost to Alabama earlier this year. No, they did not. They lost to Auburn. All right, how could I even miss that? How could I forget that? So, honestly, I am going to say that I think that Georgia is going to give them a fight. And honestly, Georgia definitely does have the advantage in this one because it's in Mercedes-Benz and Stadium. So, it's definitely going to give Georgia a reason to, play a little bit harder. But, honestly, don't even be surprised if Georgia turns around and they have a good game. But honestly, like I said, I got Auburn in this one because they already beat Georgia this year, and this was actually when Georgia was the number 2 team in the nation, or the number 1 team in the nation. And so I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I think Auburn, they can definitely get it done. Then you got South Alabama against New Mexico State. Going to fly by these right here. I got to go ahead. I'm going to say South Alabama gets it done. Then you got Troy against Arkansas State. I'm going to say that Troy gets it done. I'm not sure if that's the, what is it, the Sun Belt Championship, I can tell you. But then you got Boise State taking on Fresno State, and this is going to be for the Mountain West Championship. Honestly, I'm going to say it like this. I think that, I definitely believe that Fresno State is definitely one of the more underrated teams in the NCAA. I definitely do think that Fresno State can give Boise State a run for their money. It is going to be in Boise State, so I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to go with Fresno State on this one, even though Boise State is an 8.5 point favorite. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to favor for Fresno State. Then you got probably the favorite out of the two. Ooh, and honestly, the two big matchups coming. You got the Big Ten Championship, and you got the ACC Championship, and usually the ACC championship isn't necessarily paid attention to, but it's scary this year because this Miami against Clemson. It's Malik Rosier against pretty much Deion Kane and Clemson, and it's definitely it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see Kelly Bryant take on Miami. I'm pretty sure these two teams actually did face off this year. They did not, but honestly, it's going to be more than a good game. And now, yes, Miami did just lose to Pitt last week, and honestly, that was a huge upset, and I mean that. But I think that if Miami can turn around and find a way to knock out Clemson, and Clemson is heavily favorite. Now, real quick, I am going to go with Clemson on this one. But I'm not going to, but honestly, I'm going to disagree with the line because the line is actually 9.5, and I definitely know that Miami, they can keep it up this year because I know that defense has been really well for Miami, so go ahead, give me Clemson. Then you got Ohio State against Wisconsin, and honestly, I think Wisconsin has everything to lose in this game. I really do. Right now, they have Ohio State as the favorite, but honestly, in my opinion, I think Ohio State is actually the underdog in this one because honestly, yes, JT Barrett, it did go down last week, and JT Barrett, obviously, he's not at 100%. Let's be realistic. He just had knee surgery. He is confirmed to play. But honestly, I don't think JT Barrett is where JT Barrett needs to be for this game. So, I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to say that Wisconsin, they do get it done. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say Wisconsin with the upset in a lot of people's minds. But in my opinion, I think that Wisconsin wins and they actually move up in the rankings. So, like I said, give me Wisconsin in this one. So, all right, guys. Now, I usually would switch it over to, a quick song. I'm debating on doing that. I might, why not? Why not? Just to kill a little bit of time, I'll switch it over to a song for a little bit. But we'll make a deal. One song real quick. One song. Then we'll come back, make these NFL predictions, and we'll wrap it up. How's that sound, guys? Does that sound good? Alright, so, like I said, I'm going to turn it over to a quick song real quick, and we will be right back here on WKCV, the voice of Keystone College. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to go see if I can get headphones from next door. No problem. I couldn't. Are they setting up for DJ Bingo? I personally want to go. I personally want to go to DJ Bingo. Guys, if you're not going to DJ Bingo, go to DJ Bingo. Also, guys, do me a favor. do me a favor. On Instagram, I want you to follow my buddy David Strum. The GOAT, guys. I want you to follow him at dstrum58. Hey, one of my buddies, Kevin, he posted the username in the comments. Guys, go follow him. Strum is definitely one of the most interesting people you ever meet. Shout out to you, Strum. Love you. Sad thing is, I'm probably gonna get beat up because this is both on Facebook and YouTube. Oh man. What time is DJ Bingo? 9 o'clock? Yes, 9 o'clock. What time are they gonna screw everything up? 9:01? Okay. Silence. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Oh man, Broncos are 3-8. What the fuck? Got them alive. Broncos are 3-8. What the fuck, man? Wow. Broncos are 3-8. Hang on, let me take a look at the standings. This is news to me. Oh, man. Don't worry, guys. We'll get on with the show, and eventually, as soon as this is over. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You guys gotta deal with me for the next, like, hour. Yo, real quick, guys. There's another guy I want to actually tell you guys to go watch. If y'all don't know him, his name is Chiseled Adonis on YouTube. He's actually really freaking funny. The dude does, like, commentaries and stuff for, like, post-NFL. It is great, guys. Almost done! Home stretch, you idiot! I really put myself down, don't I? Alright, let's take a look here. No, I hit... Ah, you... Alright. Next. Shit! 18 seconds. Wkcv, the voice of Keystone College, is back, ladies and gentlemen, with it. Yes, it is that time. It is time. I've teased this topic like long enough. And it is time for NFL predictions, guys. Let's give it up, guys. These big time props coming in. And honestly, I did not know that the Broncos were only 3-8 this year. Like, really? I didn't know that. I seriously, I did not know that. And I honestly thought they were doing a lot better, but that honestly changes a lot of perspectives for me about them. Because honestly, I thought that after Peyton Manning, and that they, honestly, when they drafted Simeon, they probably could have done a lot better, but honestly, I can tell you. So, alright. So, let's go ahead. Let's actually start off, guys, with tonight. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give you a quick prediction real quick, and I'll even give it to Snapchat in a little bit. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to say that for the Thursday night game, the Redskins-Cowboys game, I'm going to go ahead. I am going to say that the Cowboys get it done. Because honestly, the one reason I'm going to say that, it's not because it's Dak. It's not because of Des Bryant. It's not because Zeke is coming back. And can we them boys, and we're going to the Super Bowl. Well, because Zeke is coming back, and yeah. I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm going to pick Dallas because, honestly, it definitely does have to do with the run game, and it has to do with Alfred Morris in particular. I can't speak today. The reason I say that is because Alfred Morris is going up against the Redskins for the first time. I don't know if he faced them last year or when he signed, if he faced them. But, honestly, I think Alfred Morris definitely wants to prove himself to his former club, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say that its skins do fall to the Cowboys. So, yeah, give me the Cowboys. And I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to go with Alfred Morris having a big game. And then you got the red-hot Minnesota Vikings going up against the Atlanta Falcons. And honestly, guys, I picked the Falcons last week, and they actually won. But that doesn't mean I'm picking them this week. So, Falcon fans, sit down. You are not Falcon fans. Hey, I see that Falcon fan over there. Sit down. All right, sit down. Sit down. You're not going back to the Super Bowl. Little 25-point lead. You're not going back to the Super Bowl. Sit down. I see that. All right. Hey, but on a serious note, guys, I am gonna go ahead. I am gonna say for the Vikings and the Falcons, I am gonna go ahead. I am gonna say that the Vikings get it done against the Falcons in Atlanta. The reason I say that is because simple. Well, folks, Vikings have been really hot this year. I honestly think that they are probably, in my opinion, I think they're one of the best teams in the NFC. The reason I say that is because, honestly, let's be real. They have a lot of depth at the quarterback position. They got pretty much Bradford's coming back very soon. I know they got Case Keenum. If he goes down, they could either bring in Teddy Bridgewater or even Sam Bradford, like I said. And so it's definitely going to be interesting to see with that team. And they definitely, like I said, they have a lot of, depth. They also have Latavius Murray. Keep that in mind. They got Jerick McKinnon. And even on offense, they got a lot of targets. They got Adam Thielen, and they got Stephon Diggs, who's always a threat. Jared McKinnon out of the backfield, who's done pretty good, but as a receiving back. And Kyle Rudolph at the tight end spot. And honestly, Kyle Rudolph, he's a lot more known, and I'll admit this, he's definitely a lot more known for his blocking abilities. But honestly, he's definitely a very good both blocker and definitely a good receiver. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I am going to go with the Vikings on this one. And honestly, it's definitely going to be a good one. Then you got the Texans against the Titans, and honestly, it's been tough for me to pick the Texans this year. The reason being is because, one, they've been on and off, in a sense, but at the same time, they've been more off than on, and it's a case of, like, they really, honestly, I think the Texans are definitely a good team. They are. Trust me. The Texans are probably one of the best teams in the NFC South, or AFC South, my bad. And truly, they could run this division if they wanted to. I mean, last year they won it with a very weak record, and they also won it with pretty much no J.J. Watt. This year, honestly, I think if they get J.J. Watt back, if they get Deshaun Watson back, if they get that command back for both teams, I think they definitely do get the pieces that they need. I really do think that the Texans are a big favorite, but until they get all them back, I honestly don't really see them doing well this season, so I'm going to go ahead. I am going to say the Titans get it done. Now you got the Jets taking on the Chiefs in New York, and the Jets have actually done really well at keeping games close, especially games that they were projected to get absolutely blown out in. I mean, let's be realistic, folks. Was anybody, and I know a lot of you who were thinking that the Jets, of all teams, all y'all were expecting the Jets to turn around, and I'll admit it, I was one of them. Everybody was expecting the Jets to turn around and pretty much have a bad game, or a bad season. I mean, some people even thought they were going to go 0-16. I thought that. And it's funny how they've kept it close. Even against New England, in 24-17, they lost to. And it's in their losses that they're keeping it close. The only real big loss that they've really had was against Oakland, and that was a 45-20 game. And they lost by 25 points. So, really, and against the Falcons. So, honestly, they know they're going to have to step it up big against Kansas City. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to say that they do. And I'm actually going to say the Jets go ahead and they upset the Chiefs. Chiefs are definitely down on their luck. And I really think that the Jets can turn a lot of heads if they play the game right. So, like I said, give me the Jets. It's over the Chiefs in an upset. Then you got the Broncos and the Dolphins. And honestly, I did not think that the Dolphins were doing this bad, or the Broncos were doing this bad this season. I did not expect them to be 3-8 right now. But honestly, I think that's Trevor Siemian's fault. Just saying. Sorry, Trevor, but I mean, like, let's be real. You could give them that their division is tough. You can give them that. I mean, with the Chiefs, with the Raiders. I mean, Chargers. It depends on the year. It depends on the roster. So I'm actually gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna say it is their fault. Well, I'm just gonna say that pretty much. This year was just not the Broncos' year. It really wasn't. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say that the Dolphins go ahead. They take advantage, like I said, and I'm gonna go with another upset. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say the Dolphins beat the Broncos. Colts, Jaguars. Colts again, another team that's been really having their shining moments this year. But at the same time, those shining moments have, really been, not really shiny. So, honestly, it's going to be definitely very interesting to see how the Colts go ahead. They handle Jacksonville. Well, honestly, do I think that they can handle Jacksonville? Yeah, I think they can handle them, but do I think they're going to win? No. So, like I said, go ahead, give me Jacksonville in this one. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I definitely think it's going to be close. But I think Jacksonville in the end, fourth quarter, I think Jacksonville is just going to take over. Then you got the Bucks and the Packers, and honestly, another good one that's going to be happening. But honestly, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that Ryan Fitzpatrick behind center for Tampa Bay. I think that's definitely going to be a huge factor. I don't really think that. Yes, in Lambeau. But honestly, I think Fitzy, he's going to have a good game. Definitely, like I said before, Fitzy, he brings that offensive veteranism that a lot of teams don't necessarily have around the league. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say the Bucks go ahead. They upset the Packers. Then the Lions and the Ravens. And honestly, the Lions are definitely a team that, honestly, they are in the hunt for the playoffs. They're an 8th seed right now. Right now they have to get hot. They know that. But then you look on the other side and you look at the Ravens, and the Ravens are in the playoffs. And that division is really tough right now. And really, literally, the Ravens are tied with the Bills. And right now it's a 6-5 for the Ravens, 6-5 for the Bills. And literally, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to say that the Ravens definitely play hard in this one. And I'm actually going to go ahead, I'm going to say the Ravens, they get it done. And I really think that the Ravens, they can hold off the Lions. And I know that Raven fans, they know they have a lot to play for, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to say the Ravens get it done. Patriots, Bills. Honestly, I wouldn't be lying to you if I didn't say that Belichick isn't going to keep his foot on the gas for this one. The reason I say he's going to keep his foot on the gas is because obviously they're competing for the 1 seed with the Steelers. But the Bills, like I said, same thing with the Ravens. And pretty much whatever the Ravens, pretty much from here on out, whatever the Ravens do, the Bills need to do. So if the Ravens lose Sunday, they can lose to the Patriots. But if the Ravens pretty much are winning against the Lions, you can guarantee that that Bills team is going to be looking up at the scoreboard the entire time. Every time there's a dead play or every time somebody's calling a play, somebody's going to be looking up at that scoreboard or checking that Ravens game. So I'm definitely going to go ahead. I'm going to say that the Bills definitely do keep it close. Honestly, do I think they're going to keep it within striking distance? I honestly think that the Patriots are just going to be a little bit too much to handle. So give me New England on this one. But again, it's really going to depend on how Baltimore's doing, because you can, like I said, you can pretty much guarantee that anybody who's anybody on that Bills team is definitely going to be looking up at that scoreboard. Or I wouldn't even be surprised if they assigned someone to just look at it. It's like, hey, you're not playing, you're looking at that scoreboard the entire game. And you can look down when we're about to score, but pretty much, other than that, you're looking at that scoreboard. Don't even be surprised. Nice. Then you got the 49ers and the Bears, and honestly, this is going to be really interesting because Garoppolo is starting, but I don't really know if he has the weapons. Garoppolo definitely can't get it done. I really do. But it's definitely going to be an interesting test. Definitely two teams on their luck. And honestly, part of me wants to say the 49ers are going to lose just so they can get a good pick. But at the same time, I really think that the 49ers are actually going to go ahead. They're actually going to compete. If I know Garoppolo, it's in his blood. Garoppolo's going to compete. So I'm actually going to go ahead. This is going to be a shock. As of today, This is my Thursday pick. It might change Sunday. It might not. Call me crazy. I'm picking the 49ers. I got the 49ers to upset the Bears. I don't know what I drank this week. Apparently, it's like some sort of upset juice. And I'm calling a lot of upsets this weekend. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say the 49ers. They go ahead. Garoppolo wants to make a name for himself, and he definitely is. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say the 49ers. They get it done. And I guarantee you somebody just put their head down and was like, no! Oh, I can guarantee it. Yeah, I just heard it. No, I'm just kidding. But definitely going to be interesting. So, then you got the Browns and the Chargers. And like I said, I really do think that this is going to be the game that really tests the Browns to see if they go 0-16 this year. And honestly, it's going to be tough. It truly is. It's going to be tough for them. Because next week they would have Green Bay. And then Baltimore, then Chicago, then Pittsburgh. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it to the Chargers. I'm going to give it to the Chargers. I think that they can definitely get it done. I'm against the Browns. And honestly, the only reason I'm picking the Chargers is because Browns are on the road. And they really are not one of the prettiest teams to watch on the road. So, hey, speaking of unpretty, guys, Eli Manning, 13 years. 13 years, nearly 1,300 games of consecutive starts, and he's being benched. Now, I love how the media, real quick, I love how the media turns around and they keep saying, oh, he was about to cry. He was about to cry. Guys, we all saw the same press conference. I don't really, I honestly, I did not see him about to cry. I really didn't. But honestly, I think the media is definitely over-dragging this. I definitely think that Geno Smith, he's definitely going to bring some life to this team. But unfortunately for Geno, he's pretty much like a bird, or when the earth's on fire with pretty much nowhere to land. He doesn't really have any targets. He really doesn't have anything to go for. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say the Raiders get it done. And against the Giants. Giants, honestly, they're looking for a pick right now. And do not be surprised if they turn around and they look for, options come on the NFL draft. Because I could see the Giants turning around and, picking up a quarterback such as, and this is honestly just a little bit of throwing it out there. Yes, I would say that they would go after Teddy Bridgewater, but I think Minnesota knows Bridgewater's value. So there's no way they would do a trade straight up. But one trade I definitely could see, and it depends on where this team gets the pick. I could definitely see the Giants turning around and getting a pick and pretty much trading, say they even get pick 2 or even pick 3. I could definitely see them getting a pick, trading it up, and if they're confident enough that Saquon Barkley is going to stay on the market or stay on the draft board, because a lot of teams, they need a quarterback. So I wouldn't be surprised if they turn around, they trade that pick and Eli to the Bucks and pick up. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I got the Raiders on that one because honestly, like I said, I think the Giants are just playing for a pick right now. So, yeah, give me the Raiders. Then you got the Saints and the Panthers, and this one is going to be good. I mean, it is going to be two hard-hitting teams. Luke Kuechly had an amazing week last week. Cam Newton. But, I mean, the Saints, man. The Saints. You want to talk about a Cinderella story in a sense? I mean, this could potentially be a playoff matchup because, honestly, right now, as it stands, it could be these two teams could be the 4 and 5 seed. But really, this is going to be a case of New Orleans. Right now, they're listed as a 4 seed, and they probably want to stay like that. Or even if they can, bump up to the 3 seed, depending on how the Rams do. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to say, because this game is at home for the Saints, and like I said, it is going to be a preview potentially of a matchup in the playoffs. I'm going to say that Drew Brees and the Saints get it done. I really think that Drew Brees, he definitely knows what he's working with. They actually have a very good dual threat at running back, which is something that Drew Brees has really needed as of late. I mean, this year he's actually got it. He's got Mark Ingram and I believe it is Alvin Kamara. My bad if I mispronounced the name, but definitely, or Mark Ingram. So I'm definitely going to go ahead. I'm going to say the Saints get it done. So, yeah. Then you got the Rams against the Cardinals, and honestly, Cardinals definitely played down this year. Or Rams definitely played up. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make this one short. I'm going to say Rams get it done. Then you got the Eagles and the Seahawks. And honestly, this is going to test the Eagles to see if they really are a contender. Now, yes, the Seahawks are not necessarily at full strength, and that's something that everybody can admit at because no Richard Sherman, no real Legion of Boom, if you think about it. No Bobby Wagner. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say that the Seahawks get it done against the Eagles. So, oh, yeah. Give me the Seahawks. Then lastly, guys, I know it's been an unreal for me, not picking the Seahawks, or not picking against the Steelers this year, but really I think this team is really good. So, or the Steelers team, definitely probably one of the better Steelers teams you've seen in the past couple of years. And I definitely think that, they're gearing up to face New England in Week 15. So right now, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say that the Seahawks get it done. Or not the Seahawks, the Steelers get it done. So, oh, yeah. Alright, guys, so that's going to do it for me this week. Hey, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot to me. And, guys, I will talk to you guys... let's say I'll talk to you guys next week. Yep, I'll have a show next week. And, guys, let me know how your week goes. Let me know how everything goes with you guys. And, guys, like I said, I will talk to you guys later. Alright, guys. That's it from me. That's it from me, guys. Take it easy. I will see you guys next week. Later, YouTube.